What's up, people?
What's up?
Everyone's tired except for Jason. He's slightly and young.
I haven't heard from
Red Bull. It gives you wings. It's only 6:30 here too.
My brother had such bad heart palpitations. He had to go into the ER. They're like, no more energy drinks for you, dude.
Oh, that's not good.
I have really bad acid reflux, and I shouldn't be drinking it. And I really shouldn't be drinking as many as I probably do a day. Like I probably drink 2 or 3 sometimes, not every day, but when I drink them, it's a couple a day.
I did drink 5 cans of diet soda today. That was had a bunch and some water out of my Circle water, but just kind of more. That was kind of.
I had some tea.
Hulk 271. Is that the first appearance of somebody? Hulk 271. First appearance of somebody? Rocket, maybe?
It might be Rocket. Why?
I'm asking. I've got Whatnot going, looking around. I'm like, why are they asking so much for this friggin'?
It might be first comic appearance of Rocket. Rocket was magazine first, but
okay. I can't
wait for the next episode of Beneath the Trees.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be I think end of January is when it's supposed to come out. I think so.
Yep. That's such a good.
There are some good books that came out today.
Couldn't tell you.
Like
the new Ultimate Spider-Man is pretty decent, actually.
Okay.
It's a first issue. It's a reboot, and it's Peter Parker. I don't want to spoil any more than that, but it's like Jonathan Hickman's writing it, so it's going to be long form. And then Transformers has been good. What else? Fish Flies I like, and then Titans Beast World are the ones that you might dig.
Titans Beast World's pretty big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. First Rocky Raccoon Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. Oh, there's Rob. I didn't even see him come in. Oh,
hi.
Oh, and then I like this book, but it's an acquired taste. Swan Songs.
Swan Songs.
Yeah. This one's all poetry. It's not even a comic. It's sort of, if you ever read Where the Sidewalk Ends, or any of those, I can't remember who wrote that.
Can't think of none off the top of my head. It doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Doesn't mean I don't. I haven't read it. I'm old.
The whole thing's done in that stage.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how was your meat last week, Rob? You left me jealous when you left. You said you had to go cut your meat. He doesn't remember. He just
says that shit every day.
He's probably
a vegetarian right now.
I think that was a ham.
Nice.
It was okay. I was trying to remember which meat it was. We do a lot.
He's always got some meat going.
Yeah, that's his
meat going right now.
You know how there I don't know if you know that there's certain YouTubers will instead of saying goodbye, they'll just smoke bomb and then leave. Rob's cutting meat, then he leaves. And Eddie's just goiter. Not really, but no.
What's the weather like where you are, Rob? We're bitching about snow. No snow here, that's for sure.
I don't have snow here. No, it doesn't snow. No. But Southern Oregon, it's snow.
Yeah.
Because I get all the for some reason I was checking with my kid to make sure that they were getting the text messages. I'm getting the text messages from the school that they called a snow day and shut the classes down for the day, and then tomorrow all the classes before 10 a.m. are canceled because of ice. But
Oregon's funny when they shut things down for snow. They don't even know what real snow is.
No, they don't. But it's especially their Ashland is, low enough that gets a couple times a year it gets a little bit of dusting of snow and
snow in southern New Mexico, Cruises. I'm shocked.
It causes major issues. But
if they don't have the infrastructure to deal with it, like the plows and the salt and everything else,
it's because it's more of it just really quickly becomes ice.
Yeah,
and a lot of it because they don't have the sun. They don't get any sun to dry it out, and so it gets a little bit warmer. It becomes icy slush and then slips.
That's what we have here right now because Madison, the main part of Madison is on an isthmus between two lakes. And they put a salt ban on all the roads because it's all draining into the water and fucking up the water. So it's just a hot mess anywhere in Madison proper right now because it's slip and slide.
Yep. Come on, it's a long wet ride.
Yeah, you get the bros in the giant trucks. I think they're immune to ice, which like
They're lifted 2-wheel drive pickup
They have
trucks.
those everywhere, Taylor.
yeah, I know.
They have those bros everywhere. We get here,
I just
we
love.
get a little bit of ice, and it's hilarious.
I love when they have the lifted trucks like that, but then they're 2-wheel drive trucks.
Yeah,
And then they got their little truck nuts. So it's like, all right, well,
at least here they're usually all wheel here, but still all wheel doesn't do fuck all on ice. Like it's just like
yeah.
Nothing does anything on ice unless you have like studded metal tires or
yeah, and then you're not allowed to have those either because they tear the shit out of the roads.
No.
No chains are allowed here either, or anything like that. So like, you just have to not drive like a dick and like be very careful.
That can be your next shirt. Don't drive like a dick.
Yeah, but I mean, if like as Rob is saying, if you put testicles on your truck, you're not driving responsibly.
No, or you got that big ass exhaust that comes out at your back.
Oh, the diesels with the truck with the
yes.
I mean, the bigger the truck, the smaller the dick. It's just kind of how it all goes, and there's overcompensating.
Yeah, we all agree on that.
Which means Utah must have.
I won't tell you how big my truck is.
Utah's got to have the smallest average ever because everyone's
my
got
truck's at least 8 inches. I don't know what you're talking
about. Everybody in Utah's got at least one large white truck. So,
well, that's just for the many wives.
Trucks. That's unheard of.
Yeah, they just seem to love their large white trucks. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I just remember way back in the day when I worked at Lowe's, and somebody pulled up. They were getting a barbecue, and they wanted it help loaded out into their car. And the guy goes, "Oh, I got to tell you though, going to need an extra guy because the tailgate's stuck on my truck. So we have to lift it up over the tailgate." I said, "Okay, as long as it's not a lifted Ford F-250." And he goes, "No, it's a lifted Ford F-350."
Jesus,
but son of a! Let me get the forklift.
Well, and up until like the past few years, they've just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Even like there was no such thing as small trucks anymore until the Maverick came along, like Eddie's got. And then,
I found out why.
Maverick's ugly. I keep on seeing them now. They're uglier and uglier.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Well, there's a very weird reason why, Taylor. You're gonna love this.
Money?
No, it has to do with saving the planet and emissions.
Oh.
So it turns out the United States federal government, in its great wisdom, did all their stuff for fuel mileage requirements based off the wheelbase, width and length, some formula of the width and length of the wheelbase of the vehicle. Yeah. And so what happened is like all the mini pickup trucks, in order to meet the EPA guidelines, they'd have to be getting like almost 60 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, gotcha.
And they can't do that. So the solution was simple: make all the cars bigger, change the wheelbases, and so you only had to have like a 24 to 25 mile per gallon.
Yeah.
Remember the days of the Ford Ranger?
Fuck yeah,
the little trucks.
Yeah, they have the Ford Maverick now. No, they have a Ford Maverick.
They kind of brought it back, but it's still bigger than what the Ranger used to be.
Yes, again, because of this wheelbase thing. It's just like the Toyota Tacoma. It used to be a small little mini truck, but now the Toyota Tacoma is practically a full size truck. And the Tundra is
basically the old Tahoe, or not Tahoe. Was it the Tacoma? Then what's the other one?
Tundra.
Yeah.
The new Tacomas are almost as big as my Tundra was back when I had the smaller Tundra before they became the overt beasts that they are today.
Well, now a fully loaded big beast will cost you like $110K too. It's like holy.
It's ridiculous what cars cost nowadays.
There's
especially trucks.
If
you want to have the truck jacked up with balls on the back, it's going to cost you about $140K. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My third-party inspector's like 5'2", and she gets into this truck that's 3 times taller than she is. Though she says, "I got a great deal. It was only $50,000." I'm going. It has.
Probably a great deal.
It has the light up Ford symbol and everything on it. So I'm like, yeah, nice.
For a while,
Chevy. Her husband drives a little Chevy now. For
a while, I was determined to like try and live out of a van and like convert like a Mercedes Sprinter van, and like do like because if I'm going to live out of a van, it's going to be at least somewhat comfortable and like have some amenity. But like those were even like a blanked out like fully empty Mercedes van is like $50,000 minimum now. It's like it is nuts.
Minimum, yep. That's what the basics of everything. Yeah.
It is so
Everything is-
idiotic out there.
It's
as
going
far as
down a
that.
little bit, but cars have gone down a little bit in price. Not
Well,
much, but they have.
Fortunately, I don't need to buy one for a while.
Yeah.
Me
My
either.
problem is I do. I'm not.
Well, knock
I
on
got-
wood, I suppose. Something could always
Right?
randomly
My
change.
06 Honda
Right.
Element is reaching the end of its life. So
I'll be keeping my little car or my car for like the next 10
yeah.
years.
Well, we have the I think we have an 06. It's an 06 Honda.
Yeah.
Um,
Yours probably hasn't been in as
Lasts
much
forever.
inclement weather as mine, or
no. Actually, if I wanted to make a fortune, I'd take it to where you're
Yeah.
at and I'd sell it because it's only got like 35,000 original miles on it, and it's been
nice.
been
Yeah.
a California car its entire life.
Oh, and I've beat the hell out of mine for 200,000
No rust,
miles.
nothing.
So
Yeah.
no snow, no. The only thing wrong, only thing the car's got, especially as we just got into an overhaul on it, was it has old man battle damage because it used to be my grandfather's car and he used to
Yeah.
pull it into the garage. So
Yeah.
it's got a few scrapes on the bumper
Sure.
from misjudging where the
What, he didn't have the tennis ball hanging so it hit the windshield?
I don't know.
My mom has a tennis ball hanging.
That's the that's
She's
the
like
old
almost
school.
80. She's
Yeah.
almost 80 now.
I used to do that with my Fiat.
Yeah, that's the sensor. That's how you know when to stop is when you hit tennis ball.
Well, actually, I cleaned out my garage so I could fit my Challenger in it,
yeah.
but then I had zero room in the garage. I pulled it in very slowly one day, and I was like, I can only open the door that much.
When you had to like climb
Back
out the
right
roof.
back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done that. We've gone on vacation for a while. Put
Yeah.
a car in there that just barely fits in there. But I mean, I remember when I bought this house and I had the Tundra. The thing was just like the Tundra could not fit in the garage because the garage was 20 feet deep and the truck was 19 and a half feet deep, but there were shelves in the garage, so it made it was like, you know, even if you had zero shelves, you're basically pulling the bumper until you touched the wall. And then you got to, because you have to have room for the garage door to
Yeah.
actually close.
Yeah. On a
Insane.
more positive note than cars, go Pack
Comics.
Go.
Yeah.
The Packers in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. We're sorry. You're only going to be in for one round. It'll be a quick. It'll be
If
I
they
know,
don't
man.
win the Super Bowl, they're in the same place as the Vikings,
It'll
buddy.
be
Yeah.
quick and painless for you.
Well, I get it, but like
We'll
my
choke
Iron
anyway,
Mike
don't worry about
McCarthy
it.
is not great in the playoffs, and
Yeah, I know, we're
know
gonna
this
choke.
because he's coached the Packers. So
Yeah, I know.
We'll
playing in
see.
Dallas. I know it's going to be on TV, but hopefully I'll be able to get to see it.
it's
I
like
see.
Sunday. It's the Sunday late game or the Sunday late afternoon game.
Ah, shit. Of course, I got to do stuff at 4 o'clock. So yeah, I'll
What are
take
the Niners? Oh yeah, that's right. We got to buy.
Yeah, yeah,
it for 1 week.
yeah. That's the definition of a bye.
Yep.
I don't like the Niners, Eddie. I'm just talking shit. Like
I really don't care. They'll
Aren't you a Cowboys fan, Eddie?
They'll choke. Cowboys will choke. Ugh. I know.
And then
they're gonna choke.
Michael be 12-5 and get fired. And, yeah,
They're talking about. He's already talking about getting rid of.
yeah.
Jones already said, we'll take it a game at a time. When he fucks up, he's out. But who they put in there, I have no idea. I don't know. But they've been playing
Belichick.
good. I can't complain. I mean,
Probably about. I would bet money on Belichick.
think so. Is Belichick gone yet?
No,
That hasn't been named. They said they were going to.
but
After the
no, I don't
season.
think. But I mean, I think like they're probably behind the doors talks because like, what's his nuts? Jerry Jones loves the big names, and he can't
Yeah. He loves
And
the
he's-
guys that have drama surrounding him too.
Yeah, and he's 80 years old. He's only got so many years left to do this shit, and so he wants a coach that knows how to win with things. That's
Yep.
my guess. Maybe Mike Vrabel, like I was just fired by the Titans, but I doubt it. So, or maybe even what's his nuts for Pete Carroll? Maybe he just got fired. So.
What's up, Brian? There's not
What's up,
much going-
LCS buddy?
Not
How
much
you doing,
comic book related going on at the moment. Okay, we'll ask the question we asked before I got on. Like, anybody watch Echo yet? I'm 2 episodes in.
When did it
I
come out
watched
today?
one.
Yeah, all the episodes got dropped today.
Yeah, I haven't
Came out
had time.
yesterday.
I came home.
The 9th. Oh, yeah, that's right, yesterday.
Yesterday, I watched the first episode. The first episode is kind of just like a recap of the whole kind of story. It's good.
Yeah,
I guess I'll have to switch over to that because people are going to want to talk about that. I was
Yeah,
finally getting through Picard.
the second
Picard's good
episode.
too.
doesn't go very far.
I was watching Strange New Worlds last night, finishing up the last few seasons. I love that show.
That's a good show.
It is, but
a great show.
This season was very weird. Between the animated crossover episode,
I just watched that one. I was like, that was a weird way to start. At first, I paused and I'm like, wait a minute, am I watching Below Deck or am I watching Strange New Worlds?
And then the song and dance episode.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, this is weird. It's not.
I mean, the original series had some goofy episodes too, but
they never had a song and dance number.
No, or animated
episode.
They probably would have. They had the budget.
Yeah, or animated. Yeah, well, they had an animated series, but never a crossover anime. Yeah, I finally had people kept telling me to watch Picard, and I kept saying, well, it's. I heard
the first two seasons of Picard were rough,
right? And as everyone kept saying, just watch the third.
Yeah.
So I finally took this week. I had taken the plunge and said, okay, let me put on the first episode of season 3 and see if I feel like I'm lost. And it wasn't. So I said, okay. So I've just kept on watching it. And it's like, aside from the fact there's some kind of reference to Picard and a positonic brain or something.
Yeah, he's an android now.
Kind of comic related.
Did it happen in the first 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So aside from that,
now, Rob. You're caught up.
That was was the only thing I didn't know. I was like, oh, that must have happened in the.
Yeah. He made some new
buddies.
buddies.
Good. The third season's great. I like the first 2 seasons, but I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I mean, I like Star Trek. I like Star Wars. Yeah, I like.
The one that Discovery, I watched the first 2 seasons, then I gave up. I was like, I can't do this shit.
See, I like Discovery. I know people were saying
I like Discovery as well.
I really kind of dug it, and so I'm anxious to see its final season.
I might binge it at some point, but it's just like
I'm only like 2 seasons into it. Like the second season where she really becomes, where she finds out that maybe it was only the first season where the captain is actually from the other time.
Yeah, that was the first season. I mean, it had some interesting plot points.
It was really good.
I hate her as an actress. I can't stand her. And I tried getting. I like the supporting cast for the most part. And I,
the Asian lady, she's really good.
Yeah,
the Asian captain, I like her as well.
Michelle Yeoh
and the guy from, yeah, it's a good show. I'm a huge Star Trek fan though, so
yeah, I think Strange New World's probably the best of the bunch. But
Lower Decks has just been kind of a slog for me. I'm just like, it's hit and miss.
Lower Decks, I'll just throw on if I got nothing else on because you only need to watch. It's not like a.
They're only half-hour episodes, yeah.
What's the one aimed at kids? Rebels or Academy or whatever? There's like one with like another cartoon one I haven't watched any of. So,
what about you, Eddie? Watch Star Trek?
I used to. I watched Next Generation. That's about it.
Yeah,
I used to watch that religiously. I like the movies. The one movie where they were at, must have been the second one, was where they were at Starfleet Academy. Remember they had, I forgot, they started at the Academy. That site was my daughter's old school during junior high, K through 6. It was a place down in down near Garden Groves called Crystal Cathedral Academy, and the Crystal Cathedral they used as a backdrop for the whole entire for Starfleet Command, and they had all the props out there. We were able to watch from far away. She went to a school that supposedly wasn't associated with it, but they had their little So, yeah, we got to see a little bit up. I don't know if it was the first or the second one. I forget now. But, no, really, not much.
Who's his favorite captain? Favorite captain, Taylor?
Kirk.
Rob? Go ahead and shoot that bite.
I'm not entirely sure. I like Kirk, but at the same time, there's elements of there's some of the stuff I dig on what they did with Enterprise and Archer, and there's some stuff I once Cisco shaves his head and grows a goatee and becomes cool. He's pretty good. He's pretty cool,
He's not really a captain though. He's a base commander.
Then it gets maybe.
I don't know. If we're gonna split hairs, that's all I'm doing, Rob. So
yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Although, actually,
I like Pike a lot too. Though.
Yeah, maybe the current Pike is pretty good.
Yeah, current Pike is pretty good. Anson Mount is good, but he doesn't have enough body of work. I mean, it's a very close one with me because I also really like Picard a lot. Like
I
Next
do like
Generation.
Picard. I like that Star Trek probably the best.
Yeah. Well,
That series probably.
that like I watched the original series with my dad when I was a kid, and so that's that and like the original Doctor Who have
Me
a
as
very
well.
strong place in my heart because of it. But then like when I was like choose my own shows and stuff in the '80s is when like Enterprise or Next Generation was on, and then it was like
Yeah.
hell, and it was such advanced effects for the time and everything, and like
Yeah, LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He was Geordi and stuff. It was a good
yeah,
show. I love that show.
Data, and you know, like hell,
Data
I mean,
and
I think
Worf.
it's a great show, but like it's probably a better
Like when
show
Worf came in
overall.
on Strange New Worlds. Wasn't that
Yeah,
awesome?
that was awesome. I think it was overall a better show than the original series, like in the long run. But the original series broke so much ground to get there, so I don't know. It's a hard one.
Yes. It also came out in the 70s. So
Yeah. I also like the later seasons of Deep Space Nine are really good too. The first couple are rough, but
Yeah, once he shaves his head and grows a goatee, like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
the show becomes more serial.
When you get the Dominion War going and all that,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it's
becomes
like
a serial series instead of an episodic series.
whenever not everything will revolve around that goofy Ferengi in the bar. It's like God fucking damn, like, yeah.
The actor that plays Kirk in Strange New World, he reminds me of Jim Carrey playing Captain Kirk in
Yeah, he
Ace
doesn't.
Ventura. He
You know,
does a great job, though.
You know, it's a surprisingly good Star Trek series, The
Is
Orville.
it? Well, that and the Star Trek Continues.
I haven't seen that one.
Orville was good for the first season.
Star Trek Continues is on YouTube. There was a bunch of actors that came together and they painstakingly recreated the sets.
Oh,
They
nice.
got script writers and stuff. So the scripts that they have are often it's like about 6 or 8 episodes, but each episode is the same length as a regular Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
They're tied to the original series very tightly. The way that they compose all the shots and everything is done exactly like the original series. It's just phenomenally done. They got like Grant Imahara is is like doing Sulu, and they got James Doohan's son to play Montgomery Scott
anymore.
Nice.
Well, no, there's not any more of them, but it's
Imahara's dead.
Well, I'm just they could replace them if they wanted, but I'm just saying it's a fun. It's on YouTube. It's called Star Trek Continues. You can find it.
I'll have to check that out.
They were very high dollar fan done kind of fan / actors who wanted to make a name make a name for themselves. I think they capture a lot of the same kind of mannerisms and stuff as the original actors. So it's really they got Lou Ferrigno to come on and play an Orion slave master.
Nice. I can see that. That's awesome.
So he's all painted green.
Yeah, I will check it out at some point.
Then, of course, they have a Mirror episode, of course, too, which basically, but it basically is like when you end the original Mirror and they beam out, right? That's where this one takes over. Nice. And so now it's like, what does Spock do when tasked and challenged? Matter of fact, they recreate the ending dialogue of the original episode, and then they have the team beam out, and in the Mirror universe, people beam back in. And now, what does that Mirror Spock do, and how does he try to do something?
Nice
to enact change.
Another underrated, not technically Star Trek, but is really funny and good is Galaxy Quest, the movie.
Yes.
And I don't really like Tim Allen that much, but
Tim Allen isn't the best, but that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Isn't Sigourney Weaver in that with him?
Yeah. She's a communications officer.
Yep.
And like her whole job is to repeat what the captain says to the computer. You know? And you get what's his nuts, the bad guy from Die Hard, as
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman as the Spock stand-in. Yeah. So
the guy they got playing Spock right now in Strange New World nails that too.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Pretty dang good.
But then again,
there'll never be another Leonard Nimoy, but whatever.
The Spock in the reboot was pretty good too. What's his guy? The guy from Heroes.
Heroes. Yes,
I liked him from it. He fit well. A lot of the characters from the reboot movies fit pretty well. At least I thought they did.
Yeah, the reboot movies were pretty good.
I enjoyed the 2 reboot movies.
Well, there were 4 of them though, weren't there, or 3?
3, I think.
3?
Okay. Yeah.
There's 3.
There was one with Khan, and then Yeah, that was the second one, I think.
Yep, Con was the second one. The third one was on the planet, and they had the motorcycles and the.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
fun, but it kind of yeah. But the second one pissed me off, and like I think because it's like just make something new. Like don't. That's sort of like the problem I
Well,
have
they
with the latest
did in a
Star-
way. It was a different. Con was.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it wasn't
Sure.
technically like the other one. They weren't on a desert planet. You know what I mean? With creatures they stuck in their ears and.
But that's what I like about the Strange New Worlds is how they've finagling around Khan and stuff with like the Descendants and all the.
And the Force Awakens is also really original. I mean, it hit too many beats, and they weren't on a desert planet. I'm like, okay, whatever. It turns out Khan wasn't the bad guy. Well, he probably wasn't really in the original one either. But it's just. Yeah, I get it, but it just didn't do much. And then they reversed the Genesis thing, so it wasn't Spock that died. It's like, fuck off. Just do something like a brand new movie, and that's all. Like,
I thought there have some originality nowadays, right?
I don't care if you can use like characters or scenarios, but just have a spin on it that's better than that. That was my whole thing.
There's a new Venom coming out, right? Venom 3.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I really hope 2 was good, but it sucked. I mean,
Venom 3 is coming out. I've seen that.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
We're all excited for that one.
Yeah.
Who possibly?
See the excitement in Rob's face right now. Look at it.
Oh, I was looking at the Star Trek Continues website.
I'm curious who the bad guy would be. That would be it for the third movie. That's the only thing I'd wonder.
Doesn't matter.
No,
there's also the what's her nuts, the web mistress movie coming out.
Madam Web.
Yeah, I don't. And then the weird animal rights activist take on Kraven the Hunter coming out too.
Kraven, yeah, the weird animal activist.
We like some.
Well, because it's the opposite of what he was,
We saw previews for that 6 months ago.
I know.
It'd be out by now and ruined by now.
I'm just listing Spider-Verse projects.
I know. I'm just trying to think. I'm like going, damn. I mean, I enjoyed the first Venom. I really did like that. It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't. I just enjoyed some of the parts of it. I know most people didn't. Just like I enjoyed the Marvels. Okay.
I've not seen it yet.
Me either.
I'm waiting for it to come.
I haven't even seen Miss Marvel or the one with Carol Danvers, whatever.
Oh yeah, the first movie. Yeah, it was forgettable.
Well, Echo definitely is TVMA, by the way, if anybody gives a shit. But yeah,
Echo's good.
Echo is TVMA.
But it's got you can't be bad because it's got the same actor that plays the Kingpin. It's got Cox, whatever his name is, that plays Daredevil.
Well, they show him. I mean, he's there. I don't know if he's going to be there past what they showed in the first episode. Second episode takes a, go
ahead.
They just kind of showed they did a meeting thing when they showed her background. That was the whole first episode.
Oh yeah, okay.
That was how she lost her leg. I still don't know her powers in the
She's like Taskmaster, right? Kind of.
All I know is that they're giving into her powers from the Indian people is what they're going with, I guess.
Oh, because in the comics, it's sort of like if she sees it, she can mimic it.
Yeah, they really don't explain anything at that. So far, she's a good fighter. That's what you got. I mean,
I've not seen it. I'm going to predict. Okay, knowing the first episode, recap 2, 3, 4, fight. She gets her ass kicked in 4, and was almost dead to the Kingpin. 5. She wins due to a sudden cameo at the end from Daredevil, and then it's curtains wrap. So
remember the one movie she what we last saw her, was what in Hawkeye, and she he supposedly shoots Kingpin is what we see. You hear the gun go off.
I get it, but Kingpin's not done. He's coming back.
I'm just saying that's where they pick up.
Yeah, I get it.
She's called the King Killer by one guy,
but
and we know he's not dead. I'm just saying that. At least we got some kind of idea what's going on. That's all.
Oh, another show I've really enjoyed lately, and there's 9 out of the 10 episodes of the season are out. The last one comes out next week. Is Fargo. It's been really good. And if you've not seen the show, it's 5 seasons. Each season is a complete arc from start to finish, and you don't need to watch any of the seasons to get it. It's just all kind of the same sort of like season 1 is a riff on the Fargo movie, but it's a much more clever riff than Star Trek 2, the remaking of Khan. And then 3, 4, and 5, like the other seasons are all their own thing, all just sort of set in like bumfuck Minnesota / North Dakota.
In Minnesota.
I didn't know they had a TV show. I like the movie.
It's on Hulu. It's pretty good. So, season 4 is the only one I really didn't get into, and it stars Chris Rock, and it's set in like the 30s or 40s, and it's just Chris Rock's not a good actor. So,
if you're into the weird, creepy stuff, like the horror weird stuff, what is that? Guillermo del Toro, whatever his Cabinet of Curiosities.
I've heard good things.
It's really good. That's if you're into that kind of thing, but
it's hit or miss for me, but I do dig Guillermo. So, like the Hellboy movies, underrated. Not the bullshit remake one, but the first 2 Hellboy movies, underrated as all hell.
Good movies. I like them both. Yeah. What's his face? The guy that plays Hellboy, Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He was great as Hellboy too, with the practical makeup and everything, and yeah.
Yep.
That one of the books. I don't ask for any of the others because none of the fucking things here. It's all my dad's house. I'm not at my dad's house, but I did find X-Men 21 in the collection in pretty good shape, which is the first color appearance of Hellboy. So
nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was running at a wall. It was a long day.
Yeah, sleep, Daddy.
We can call this early, dude. I got to get up an extra hour early tomorrow, anyways, too. So.
I'm in St. George the next 2 days, which means an extra hour drive in the morning.
Yeah, I got to interview tomorrow and all this other stuff. So
yeah, I know
it's still early where we are. Me and Rob still got hours before bed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, except that I started work at 6 a.m. So
what happened?
I get up at 4:30, and the first kids are here by 5:30.
What's up, Eddie?
What happens if the host drops out of these type of things?
It continues on if you don't end it.
Oh, cool. I was always wondering that.
That's how you get your view hours, Eddie.
Huh?
That's how you get your view hours forever.
Hey, I'm at 490
subs. Yeah, well.
Subs. I'm too shy.
Well, if people are looking for a good video of yours to watch, the newest unboxing from Nick's Kicks and Comics, it's a pretty good box.
Yeah, it was a good video. He definitely. I'm assuming he curtails the books personally for everybody. I mean, there's no way he didn't. I mean, he asked me what I was missing, but he didn't hit any of the missing books. So I told him what I was missing. But
and you can, if you're watching in the audience, you can go watch that video and find out what he got. And I believe tomorrow on Rob's channel, you can find out what Rob's getting from there. What, the $400 box?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I mean,
what else you got coming up, Rob? Look at that segue.
Yep.
On Saturday, only slabs. Who's the guest?
The Mad Collector.
Has he been on before? I can't remember.
No.
Okay.
He's a member, or he's one of the. I think he's the former president of the Comic Book Fiend Club on the West Coast, but he's also the interior artist for their comic book, The Terrifying Crimson Bat.
Nice. It's awesome.
So
cool.
He's an artist by trade, graphic artist, I think, by trade. And
nice. That's pretty cool. Jason, what do you got coming up in your channel?
Not a damn thing. I'm going to go watch Star Trek.
The game show Rigged is coming back in 2024. Keep an eye out for it on Jason's channel.
Possibly.
I would like to get that. Would be kind of fun.
That'd be a lot of fun. But Eddie, what do you got coming up?
One video a week. That's it. You're gonna hate next week's video. Most people will. I'll tell you that now. It's card.
Way to sell it. Sell it.
Oh no, it's card related. They get the least amount. I opened up a box of online cards I can redeem just like the old ones, and I was trying to messing with StreamYard's, when you share videos and that kind of thing, like that kind of thing, and recording through StreamYard. So I was kind of messing with it. I got some decent hits, just some fun stuff. A sketch, a Jane Foster sketch. Give that
so
away.
instead of billing that you're not going to like it, instead it's like, hey, I tried to do some experimentation with some cards, and you're not going to believe the cool stuff I got in this video. You're going to want to check it out.
I don't give a fuck. Zero fucks given. I'm not looking to make money at this. I'm not looking to do anything like that.
Oh,
If
but
you want to
then
join,
you started talking about how you get views and stuff. Anyways,
I'm just saying.
the walking dichotomy that is Eddie the Old Man collectible.
That's right. It sucks, man. My subs just stay right here. I'm only 2 away from this mud. But you're not gonna like what I'm gonna put out.
No, it's the worst video. Everything is up actually. I think
You're
average
cool.
average watches are up. But yeah, I mean, really, it's just kind of like you start getting burnt out on. I'm down to 1 video a week because I got nothing.
And I will be back making content at some point once I figure out every other aspect of my life.
What happened to go through that? What happened to going through that collection? Or just said screw it?
I went through it. I got Eddie. I got a lot of shit going on.
I know.
The collection's 2 hours away from me right now. So, anyways,
I know. I was just asking.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Whatever happened to that, Taylor? Can you drive out there tonight in the 14 inches of snow and go get ready?
Yeah.
Well, no.
How do you keep it? Hang on.
He just said he was planning on doing. He's out. Good night.
Smoke bomb.
Peace, guys.